It'll include strong emotional hook, deep character moments, realistic dialogue written inside narration, a heartfelt climax with a powerful twist, a touching, uplifting ending. Disclaimer plus hashtags at the end. Headphone story script 25 minutes. It was a rainy Friday night in the small town of Maple Ridge, the kind of place where everyone knew each other, and the same diner stayed open past midnight for folks who had nowhere else to be. Inside that diner sat Jack Dalton, a 38-year-old Army veteran turned mechanic. His broad shoulders carried more than years of service, they carried the quiet heaviness of a man who'd seen too much. Across from him sat his 8-year-old daughter, Mia, coloring on a napkin, humming softly. She was the one bright color left in Jack's world after her mother passed away 3 years ago. Jack always said the diner was his safe place. The waitress, Lila, had a way of making it feel like home. She was in her mid-20s, kind-eyed, and always moving fast, a soft smile masking tired eyes. That night, Jack noticed something different. Her hands trembled slightly as she poured coffee, her usual spark dimmed. When she reached their booth, Mia looked up, frowning. "Daddy," Mia whispered, tugging his sleeve. "She needs help." Jack smiled gently. "What do you mean, sweetheart?" "She's sad," Mia said, watching Lila walk away. "Like you get sometimes when you look at mommy's picture." Jack's heart tightened. Kids saw things adults ignored. When Lila came back, Jack asked softly, "You okay, Lila? You look a little worn down tonight." She forced a smile. "I'm fine, Jack. Just a long week." But he could tell it was more than that. Later that night, as the diner started to empty, a sleek black car pulled up outside, the kind that didn't belong in a small town like Maple Ridge. From it stepped Richard Hale, a man in an expensive suit, face sharp with control. He scanned the diner like he owned it, and when his eyes landed on Lila, her entire body went still. Jack watched as she froze, clutching a tray so hard her knuckles turned white. "Lila," the man's voice cut through the diner like a knife. "Get your things. We're leaving." Her lips parted, but no sound came out. Jack exchanged a glance with Mia, then turned toward the man. "She's working," he said calmly. "You can wait until her shift ends." Richard's eyes flicked toward him, clearly annoyed. "This is none of your concern, sir. She's my daughter." Jack blinked. "Your daughter?" Lila looked down, tears filling her eyes. "He's my father," she whispered. "But please, just, not here, Dad." The diner went silent. Even the sound of rain seemed to fade. Richard's voice hardened. "You think you can run away from your life, from responsibility? I've had enough of your little rebellion. Let's go." Jack stood up slowly. "She said no." Richard turned toward him fully now, his face twisted with authority. "You have no idea who you're talking to." Jack didn't flinch. "Doesn't matter who you are. Respect works the same for everyone." Lila's father sneered, taking a step closer. "And what are you, some washed-up soldier playing hero?" Mia stood up on the seat. "My daddy's not washed up. He's brave," she shouted. The diner manager started to intervene, but Jack raised a hand. "Calm, steady. Mr. Hale," Jack said quietly, "she's not property. She's a person. You don't get to control her." For a moment, the billionaire faltered. No one had spoken to him like that in years. But his pride returned quickly. "You don't understand, she's making a mistake. She left the company, she threw away her future. Lila finally found her voice. No, Dad. You threw away mine when you decided money mattered more than happiness. I want a simple life, one where I'm not a name on your boardroom wall. Richard's eyes softened for just a second. You could have had everything, Lila. I already have what I need, she whispered. Freedom. Jack watched quietly, his hand resting on Mia's shoulder. A few days later, Lila showed up at Jack's garage. She smiled shyly. Hey, thanks for standing up for me. He shrugged. Didn't he do much? Just said what needed saying. She laughed softly. You did more than anyone else ever has. They started talking first about small things, like coffee and cars, then about bigger things, like fear and dreams. Jack learned she'd left her father's corporate empire a year ago, choosing to work at the diner instead. He'd cut her off completely. She'd been on her own since. Guess we both know what it's like to start over, Jack said, wiping grease off his hands. She smiled. Yeah. Except you seem better at it than I am. He chuckled. Not really. Some days, I still wake up thinking I'm back over there, fighting for things I can't fix. She looked at him for a long moment. Maybe you're still fighting, just in a different way. Weeks passed. The three of them, Jack, Mia, and Lila, started spending more time together. Sunday breakfasts turned into movie nights, and laughter slowly filled the empty spaces in Jack's house. But one afternoon, Lila's father returned. This time, he didn't come in anger, he came in regret. He found Jack at the garage. You're the one who stopped me at the diner, Richard said. Jack nodded. Yeah. Richard sighed. You were right. I tried to control her because I was afraid she'd fail. But I was the one failing her. Jack looked at him carefully. Then tell her that, not me. That evening, Richard walked into the diner again. The same place where everything had broken, now quiet and glowing in the golden sunset. Lila looked up, startled. Her father hesitated before speaking. I was wrong, Lila. I thought protecting you meant deciding for you. But you were brave enough to live your own life. I'm proud of you. Her eyes filled with tears. She hugged him, the kind of hug that melts years of distance in seconds. Mia watched from a corner booth, whispering, See, Daddy, she needed help, and you helped her. Jack smiled, his eyes misty. Guess we all needed a little help, sweetheart. Months later, the diner wasn't just a place for coffee anymore, it was a second home. Jack and Lila worked together to organize free meals for struggling veterans and single parents. And every time Jack looked at Lila laughing with Mia, he knew sometimes, the battles you win aren't fought on foreign soil, but right here at home, in the quiet moments where you choose kindness over control, and love over pride. Narrator closing voice. In a world that often measures worth by money or power, sometimes the richest people are the ones who simply care. Because kindness, that's the kind of wealth no one can take away. Balance scale disclaimer: this story is a work of fiction created for entertainment and inspiration. Any resemblance to real persons or events is purely coincidental.